think the play right here is shoot the Lost Veil. Oh my god, the mana. What does that put us up to? 18 plus 12, 30? 30 mana spent on our commander this game? That means that your total mana production will have been 45. Today on Commander Replay, we take another look at Piru, this time with God Tribal. Can our gods get us there? Find out next on Commander Replay. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon, link below. Welcome back, everyone. Playing some Piru The Volatile today. Let's take a look at this opening hand. It's interesting. 2 lands plus a Signet normally wouldn't be great, but there's an Erebos right there, so if we can get to the 4th mana for Erebos, then we're into card draw, and I think I'm gonna risk it. I like the rest of our hand. So we just tried playing a game a few minutes ago, and it ended up crashing on like turn 4. Hopefully that doesn't happen here, but this Xiahou deck was doing some weird self-mill stuff, so this Reanimate could be really helpful, which I also like. Tap lands for our opponents, brings it to our turn 1. We draw a Thran Dynamo, could be helpful. We will need to find that 4th mana still, though. Flamekin Village into play tapped, and we will pass like that. Got, I think, 38 lands in the deck with the flip lands. Yeah, 37, and there's a flip land somewhere. Malakir Rebirth, so yeah, 38 lands. Got Thaumatic Compass, got a few other ways to find some stuff. Expedition Map. Opponent's gonna crack a Panorama, yep. Magical Hacker in the game with us today, piloting the Xiahou the One-Eyed. Commander I can't pronounce. If you know how to pronounce that, let me know. Anyway, they get themselves a Shriekhorn into play. They can remove some counters from it to mill 2 cards, and it is a self-mill type deck. There's a Chain Reaction, not that land we were looking for. It's not great, but here's an Orzhov Signet. We'll get that into play. Gets us to 3 mana, so not like completely dead in the water, but life will be a lot better if we find that 4th land next turn, or 3rd land rather. Opponent mills themselves for 2. If you got a land, a Skull Clamp, Pyrrhica's Libation, and Demonic Tutor in the graveyard. Yeah, those are cards. Ooh, and a Dowsing Dagger. I guess that makes sense because it's basically unblockable. It's pretty good. Gonna give Sean the tokens. Next up, we have Sean in the middle piloting Admiral Beckett Brass. This is, it's not straight pirates. I saw an Arcane adaptation and some other weird stuff. I think he's doing like a Grixis Mill kind of thing with this Beckett Brass deck. Should be kind of interesting. Cover of Darkness, you say. Chosen creatures have fear. And our final opponent is D-Manny piloting Ruric Thar the Unbowed. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, does 6 damage to them. Pretty nasty. Watch out for that. Get your non-creature spells in before the Ruric Thar. Luckily, Piru does have lifelink. Piru is good at gaining a lot of life. Very helpful against a Ruric Thar opponent. Fertile Footsteps for opponent. Yep. Beanstalk Giant goes on an adventure. Brings back to our turn. There's that land we were looking for. Fantastic. Crack the Bloodstained Mire. I'm thinking black-white right here. We have double red, actually, so black-red, I guess. Bad lands. And then cast the Erebos. And now I feel pretty good about things. Another land off the top next turn would also be good, because then we can go Thran Dynamo and then draw a card. And I like the way that sounds. I should read this Valky. I don't actually know what it does. I think it's just really expensive, or it was at one point because of Modern. Enters the battlefield. Each opponent reveals their hand. For each opponent, exile a card revealed this way until it leaves the battlefield. X, choose a creature card exiled with mana value X. Valky becomes a copy of it. That's interesting. And on the backside, as it enters the battlefield, you get an emblem with, you may play cards exiled with Tibalt Cosmic Imposter, and you may spend mana as though were any color to cast those spells. Exile the top card of each player's library. Exile target artifact or creature. Exile all cards from all graveyards, add a bunch of mana. Yeah, the backside seems a lot better for what we're doing. Especially, there's a graveyard deck right there. Probably a second one right here. So yeah, exile all graveyards, start working toward that ultimate as soon as we can. Also, just exiling stuff is cool too. A little bit of removal in there as well. Oh yeah, next turn we might see the old suit up the Dowsing Dagger onto the Burnished Heart, hit with the Burnished Heart, flip into the Lost Veil, and then crack the Burnished Heart. It's a really good value ramp play right there. I've definitely done it. Tireless Provisioner come in. Landfall, create a food or a treasure token. They landfall. Cracks a Fabled Passage, will landfall again. No creatures worth reanimate yet. Grave Betrayal's a super nasty card. It's a little slow, but when you can get it in and like fire off some removal, it's insane. It will just end the game. Brings back to our turn. There's that land we talked about. Play a scrub land. Fantastic. Cast a Thran Dynamo, then draw with Erebos. It's a Burnish Heart. Fantastic. More ramp. And we'll pass like that. Would I reanimate a Burnished Heart? I might. If you get 2 Burnished Hearts in a game, you ramp like crazy. Like, you're probably ahead of at least 2 opponents at that point, if not all 3. Multi-ramp is really good, and if you can repeat it, oh my. Yep, suit up the Dowsing Dagger. Our way? Yeah, we don't have blockers. Coming our way. Yep. Hits with the Dowsing Dagger, flips it to the Lost Veil. I did this in a game the other day that I posted, and it's hard to overstate just how impactful a Lost Veil early in a game is. It's a lot of mana. So they crack their Burnish Heart, they still have 2 mana open. When they untap next turn, they're going to be on 9 mana. It's turn 4. It'll be their turn 5 next turn. 10 if they play a land. There's a Viscera Seer. Kukemsa Pirates coming in. They were in the last game. Kind of a silly card. That will force us to get a blocker into play because if they hit an opponent, they can do no damage and steal an artifact from them. Yeah, it's kind of good. It's not great for what we're trying to do. Oh, and they have Fear? I think artifacts can still block Fear, right? Yeah, artifacts can still block Fear. So we'll hold up the Burnished Heart for a turn. Then probably need to get either a Planeswalker or Piru into play, something. You know, it might almost be worth strip mining that Lost Veil. They have a lot of mana. I'm not ready for them to be on 10 mana. Nissa Vastwood Seer coming into play. Yep. Opponent cycles a Tranquil Thicket. Tireless Provisioner over to the mono black opponent. Brings it back to our turn. There's an Athreos God of Passage. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, let's get the Burnished Heart into play, most definitely. We don't have enough to get Athreos this turn, so I think the play right here is shoot the Lost Veil, and then just sit back and crack the Burnished Heart. And we'll pass like that. D-Manny talking about the Provisioner being pretty good, and I'm thinking about it right now. Like, Lotus Cobra is good, and Lotus Cobra mana is less good than a treasure. Treasures are really powerful and kind of overpowered in the sense that you can easily store them up and have a big turn way quicker than you're supposed to. With at least with Lotus Cobra, you need to use that mana right away. And there's some timing elements involved. With a treasure, you just save it and do it whenever you want. And I've seen it with Dockside Extortionist and Smothering Tide that like creating mana as treasures does cause some problems. It messes with the way mana works in a way that like I'm not totally comfortable with. That's a Demonic Tutor. That's interesting. I wonder what he goes for. So, I mean, this is why I shot the Lost Veil, because they probably cast the Demonic Tutor right now, and if the Lost Veil were up, they probably just play whatever they're going for, but Demonic Tutor back to the graveyard. What's interesting is, they put their commander to the graveyard. Okay. I was wondering about that because if you just keep sacrificing the commander, it will get very expensive very quickly, but maybe they're going for like a Cabal Coffers or something like that. Try to get the mana going, because I can see that commander being very mana hungry. Paying 6 or 8 just to get a spell back is a lot if you don't have a Coffers up. That's probably most of your turn. Vance's Blasting Cannons. One that I don't use very much. I like Outpost Siege better just because you can play lands with it. If I can, I try to put the lands on top and then play them off the top. That way you don't have to worry about losing spells. Works best with like a Divining Top or some sort of scry. Enters battlefield, create a treasure. Sure. I don't think I've introduced our commander yet, by the way. We are playing Piru the Volatile. 8 mana, 7/7 flying lifelink. At the beginning of your upkeep, pay Mardu or sacrifice it. Has the templating of the original Elder Dragons. It itself is an Elder Dragon. When it dies, it does 7 damage to each non-legendary creature. Pretty cool, because you also gain a ton of life when that happens. It's pretty sweet. Opponent is attacking us. We will want to block and sack and do that whole thing. Block, and we will sack the Burnished Heart. And by the way, this is a Gods deck. I'm playing the Gods variant of this deck today. Thought I would have some fun with it. We'll see how it plays. What do we need? We have black, black, red, red. Could use definitely another white. Get another black, I guess, because of Erebos. Heartless Pillage. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Ooh. If you attack with a treasure, raid. Well, not going to like that at all. I guess the Ashnod's Altar, just because, like, it's not... We can live without it. And maybe Chain Reaction. I kind of want this thing. I want to use this thing. I've never played with it. But Chain Reaction is useful right now, which is the thing. But I guess Chain Reaction. It's easily replaced by the effect in our command zone. So that is something. Yeah, it's pretty savage. Just a straight discard too. We might have to spend our turn drawing cards. Yep, more landfall. Tyrite Sanctum. Wonder if it's going to do some sort of like living death. Well, they don't. I think there's still only one creature in the graveyard. I don't know the line with this deck. There's probably some line of stuff that you can do. Ruric Thar coming in. Non-creature spells gonna hurt. You know, I might just get our commander. Do we have enough colored for our commander? I'm actually not sure if we do. We do, we just wouldn't be able to give it haste. But our commander just being out there gives us something against that. If it dies, it blows everything up, which is cool. We gain a bunch of life, which is cool. So our commander being in play just seems like a good thing. 3-2 over to Magical Hacker. I think he might be recording this one, by the way, so this game might be available in 2 perspectives. Be sure to check out his channel. Down to 34 they go. Brings back to our turn. Ooh, we draw a Smothering Tithe. Well, that's interesting. Is that worth 6 life? We probably just need to get a blocker in, because it also keeps the Ruric Thar away. Unless someone opponent like miraculously comes up with Exile or something, then I feel pretty good about this Piru play. Ooh, we've got an Elder Dragon. Strip Mine from opponent. Didn't go for a Coffers right there. Is surprising to me. See what this is. It's a Decree of Pain. That's going to get him for 6. Unfortunately, Decree of Pain means that we're not going to get any damage done with this Piru. That is unfortunate. Does get rid of this thing, though, and that's good news. So that's probably what he tutored for. Yeah, he's going to draw a million cards now. Down to 28 he goes. Back to the command zone. There are no creatures on the battlefield. Piru does nothing. Well, if I knew that was going to happen, I would have done some other things last turn. We had a lot of better plays. Try to get Smothering Tithe and Athreos into play. This might be a good time for this. No creatures on the battlefield just yet. Although, Sean and D-Manuel get a crack at it. If they don't cast creatures, then I'm definitely on the Planeswalker. Advances Blasting Cannons. Shark Typhoon. Ooh. Well, they did tap out for it, and they didn't cast any creatures, so one step closer on casting this. This is a Shieldred in the graveyard. That's a pretty good reanimate target. Finally finding some of the creatures in Arcana Revenant. Yeah, those are good. Beanstalk Giant coming in. It's pretty big. 7/7. Rogue's Passage. Blocking gonna get hard. That's interesting. Shieldred will take care of it as long as the Shieldred holds up. He's got 7 cards, though. Mono black deck, probably some removal in there. There's a land. Lands are good. Play the Sun Home. I would love to get Smothering Tithe in, but I think I want to try to get Tibalt and Shieldred, especially before Ruric Thar comes back. Yeah, cast Tibalt plus the Tibalt. Those are cards. Well, I guess we use this Necromancy then, because, yeah, why use our Reanimate when we don't have to? Necromancy the Shieldred. Shieldred turns on Erebos as an attacker blocker. 5/7 doesn't get through the 8/8, though. Do we leave it back as a blocker? I think we'll take a poke over to Sean. He's still at 39. Probably should hit Hacker. Probably the most likely to be playing a combo deck over there. We'll get back to him next turn. Don't need to start a blood feud yet. I've already strip mined him once this game and stole his Shieldred. I'm sure he doesn't like us too much. I would love it if this survives back to our turn and we can get that Burnish Heart back. People are probably going to take steps to make sure that doesn't happen, but I can dream. Shieldred trigger, no creatures in play for opponent. Sean says, I see dead people. That's funny. Darksteel played is cool. Thran Dynamo, getting that ramp going. Endless Atlas. It's card draw in black that doesn't cost you life, which is a thing. Black is really good at burning its own life. Drag to the Underworld. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not going to like this. Destroy target creature. Down goes the Shieldred, exposing our Tibalt big time. We can reanimate it next turn. I don't know if that'll go any better for us. It does appear to be a control deck, but I don't know if we can put a Darksteel Plate on it. Having not played this card before now, I see why it's so powerful now, because you just cast stuff from your opponent's libraries. That's a lot of value. It's a lot of value. Maybe it's a lot of mana to get into play, but if you ramp, it's no big deal. Malcolm coming in. Yep. I'm a little worried that casting Smothering Tithe might break the game. The last game did crash, and Magic Online seems to be a little laggy tonight, so a little nervous about that. Unfortunately, there's no way to know ahead of time. Opponent's going to plus the Nissa. Yep, it's getting up there. It's on 6. It's not too far away from that ultimate. Yeah, he's going to kill the Tibalt. I guess the issue is that we can cast all the cards. Yeah, maybe it's not exactly Graveyard Exile. Maybe it's a little more than that. Yeah, Tibalt's going to go down. Our Shieldred plans got thwarted. It's unfortunate. Still, though, the value. I mean, we still have these 3 cards just waiting for us. Rhythm of the Wild, that's one to be scared of. Something big with haste. We'll want to have blockers up if we can. Ruric Thar coming back. Can't be countered. Oh, that Reanimate's going to be a lot of life to reanimate Shieldred. Brings it back to our turn. There's a Sacred Foundry. Yeah, there's a lot of things I'd like to do this turn. 13 life puts us to 20. Oh, that's so low. Especially with Rhythm of the Wild out. Maybe we're better on, like... I mean, our command... Oh, God, our commander's going to be so expensive. Yeah, that's 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Have exactly enough to play the tap land. Yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea before doing all the other stuff. That's legendary, won't take damage. That'll take damage. That'll take damage. That's got Fear. We could play, like, Athreos. We go Athreos Smothering Tithe, we lose 6 life. But then we're kind of wide open to a bunch of stuff. I think we're back on our commander. I think we need... Yeah, I think our commander just makes the most sense right here. And if our commander survives for some reason, then we just double strike it next turn and lifelink some stuff and have a lot of life. So we'll cast Piru. Play the castle. Comes in tapped. We've got blue mana. I was going to draw at the end step. Yeah, I was hoping to get Smothering Tithe in for that, but didn't work out that way. There's a chance that I don't pay the upkeep on Piru. I'd like to gain that life. Although, we have the double strike thing. We can do the double strike thing, and then... Yeah, I guess we could go double strike Sack Outlet, and then we can just do whatever we wanted. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I'm going to draw again with the Endless Atlas on their turn. Mirage Mirror. Oh, well, opponent's going to take 6 for that. Yeah. I mean, if our things... Well, I guess they can Mirage Mirror. Ooh, yeah, they could Mirage Mirror, then, like, sack it or something. That would not be the... Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, they can Carrion Feeder. Crap, and that'll stop us from gaining a bunch of life? I don't like that one bit. Not one bit. Yeah, that's bad. We're probably going to try to get the altar down. They lift up 7 mana, too. Would love to find a Dismantling Wave or an Austere Command. There are some things that need blowing up. Artifacts and enchantments. Malcolm over to the Nissa. I don't think they get a thing for that, though. Yeah, they won't get a treasure. I guess just wanted to keep it off of Ultimate. Yeah, that's a fine plan, too. Here comes a Bantu's Monument. That'll trigger Ruric Thar and Shark Typhoon. Notably, it makes another non-legendary creature, which is good for whoever gets the Piru trigger. There might be some timing stuff has to go on with Mirage Mirror and Sack Outlet. It's got 2 mana up over there. That's interesting. See what D-Man he's got. He's got Unblockable right here, which is kind of scary. 2 big creatures. He's got Haste if he has more creatures in hand. High Market off the top would be decent for us, because then we could respond to the Mirage Mirror activation. And opponents really can't. Yeah, opponents wouldn't really be able to respond to that timing-wise. Maybe he's going to save it for our turn, because then he'll also get the blocker. Oh, that's a Finale of Devastation. We're probably all going to die. It's only X4, I guess. 6 life for that. He had a thing last time he was playing this deck where he's like, I should make sure the spells in this deck are worth 6 life, because he had like some 1 mana something or other. And like, ooh, yeah, that doesn't seem like the best. Oh my, that's an opposition agent. That's bad. That'll probably get him attacked. Also, this thing seems like it's getting large. I'm sure he's not going to like that too much. Yeah, I think that's going to get some bad blood going. See, now he must be punished. Yeah, see, this is good. This is good, because it was kind of a toss-up between do you go after us or do you go after the mono black deck, and I think this gets a nice little blood feud going that way. The big thing is unblockable. It's a 10-10. The problem is they will probably gain a lot of life. You know what, though? Okay, yeah, so they can do this one time, but the Mirage Mirror will go down because they'd have to sacrifice it to the Carrion Feeder. It's something. They'll gain a lot of life when it happens, and it's not amazing, but at least it doesn't stick around. I mean, we could just double strike them for 14 commander, then they have to, like, basically respond to the Piru one way or another. And it's important in a game of Commander to realize when a situation like this might develop, or when it has developed, and just let that play out. You don't want to do too much to interrupt that. Like, I know some of this stuff is scary, but these are 2 attackers that are not going at us, and that's very important. That can't be blocked. This is going to be blocked by a shark. The shark will go down, which will negate any Piru damage, potential life gain that either of us would have gotten from it. Is he just going to take? Yeah, he's just going to take. He goes to 12. Okay, yeah, he's trying to set up, I think, probably to do it in our turn. We could catch something like instant speed to do it. Just some way to, like, do it faster than them would be awesome. Brings back to our turn. Oh, I'm going to pay. I am going to pay. Oh, actually, you want to know what? So I've put mana on the stack, which he can see, but if we choose no, He won't be able to respond to that trigger. Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. We'll choose no. There's the trigger. Got him. We send it to the command zone. Yeah, we'll send it to the command zone, even though it's really expensive. Get him with the fake out, and then we can just use Erebos to spend the mana. Opponent's gonna. Oh yeah, opponent can sack some stuff to the carrion feeder, so we'll gain less life, but we'll still hit a couple things, and we'll importantly gain some life, which will probably immediately burn right back into the Ruric Thar. Nice. That was an opportunity. Up to 47. Love it. What'd we get? We killed, I think it... No, that's been dead. We did some damage to that. Did we get anything else? I don't know. Maybe we did. Might as well draw with the Erebos. Brash Taunter is a card. Draw with the Erebos again. Teferi's Protection is a fantastic card. And a Swamp. Yeah, I mean, I think it's time to get the Smothering Tithe in. We've been holding off on that for quite a while. We do Orzhov Signet. Use the blue land. We gotta be careful. I mean, we have the Teferi's Protection. We don't have so much in play, but, like, we should probably leave up Teferi's mana. I guess we can play Sacred Foundry. Okay, good. Making sure we have white mana left. Ruric Thar is gonna get us. Yep. You know what? They're in a tough spot now because Ruric Thar's still in play. We probably just want that Ruric Thar to stay in play. Like, that's where it makes the most sense for us. If we play Sacred Foundry, we can get Athreos. But, we should probably also leave up the Teferi's. Pay the life. Trying to get this Athreos in for a while. Oh, what to do? You know what? There's a Rhythm of the Wild over there. Yeah, we're going to play it cool. We are going to play it. Actually, we can draw one, I think, safely. Draw one more. I think we will get one treasure somewhere is the gamble that I'm taking. And we'll pass like that. We got a Siphon Mind. Mirage Mirror gonna copy the Endless Atlas. Okay. Yeah, if they want to draw right here, I'm perfectly happy to get a treasure. They will. There's the Teferi's mana. They're out of mana to pay for it. Love it. Smothering Tithe. We now have Teferi's mana. Very important. Don't exactly have a clear path to victory here. There are combos in the deck. Just haven't seen them. Don't have a ton of tutors. I didn't build it as, like, a combo first kind of deck. No, there's Smothering Tithe. Treasure. Excellent. 2 treasures for us. Strip Mine on the Rogue's Passage. Yeah, love it. Love it. Rogue's Passage down. Hasn't found what he's looking for. Gonna draw with Endless Atlas again. Triggers a Smothering Tithe again. Fantastic. Looking for a way out. The problem is, spells do 6 more damage to you. You need something that's really worth it. Like, a Living Death, maybe, would get this out of play and then get them a bunch of stuff into play. Would be pretty good. 10 mana and passing? Huh. What does he have? He can do stuff with Mirage Mirror, that's fine, but I feel like he's got to make a play against the Ruric Thar. I will say that playing an expensive commander like this is kind of rough. Like, I'm one that usually plays more expensive commanders. I don't usually go for the low-costed value stuff. I like my big bruiser-style commanders, but what have we paid into this thing? We've paid 18 mana into this thing, which is probably, I would guess, 25% of the mana that we've produced this game, if not more. And that's just to cast it twice. So it is a big mana commitment, and when things go wrong, that can be really bad. Opponent's going to poke us for 2. That's fine. Get yourself a treasure. You know, Rift would be bad. I guess we have the protection for Rift. I guess that's what we're on guard against. I'm hoping that this turn we finally have the mana to, like, cast all these cards that we've been looking at for probably 5 or 6 turns at this point. Maybe longer than that. I think we've had this reanimate since our opener. Been playing it really cool with that. Oh, that's a Gyruda. Oh, boy. Bantu's Monument. Each opponent loses 1 life. It's kind of a big deal. We go down to 30. They gain life. They go up to 28. Let's see what Gyruda finds. Dockside Extortionist. Ooh. Dockside Extortionist, 2 lands and an Altar of Dementia from us. It's like, yeah, they go for the Dockside. Interesting. Keen Sense, Beast Within, Shadow Spear, the Great Aurora. I'm glad he's not casting that. That will most definitely crash the game. There's no way that doesn't crash the game. Kite Sail, Freebooter, Maze of Ith, Thaumatic Compass. Land Cabal Coffers, nice. Got the coffers. Got Finale of Eternity. I've won a game with Finale of Eternity. Brought back a Blood Artist or something like that. Yeah, okay. Reanimate on Shieldred is still a very legit thing to do in this moment. Sean has a ton of mana. Enters battlefield, create a treasure. Sure. Bantu's Monument. Yep. Would I Teferi's against a non-lethal attack from D-Manny? I guess it depends on how big it is, because we still need to be able to cast spells. Yeah, he really got a lot of mana. I guess we had 4 treasures just to get him going. A bunch of artifacts there, a couple over there, a lot of tokens floating around. Yep. Bloodthirsty Blade. I've been trying to use that card more. This is a decent spot for it. You got the big bruiser opponent over there, and you don't want them to attack you. Put a Bloodthirsty Blade on it. Shark Typhoon's going to trigger Vance's Blasting Cannons. Oh, yeah, it's going to flip over. You know, I think I actually want to keep it on the front side, although it is a May. You can choose not to transform it if you don't want to. Though, opponents at low life total, 3 damage to any target, kind of relevant. They're at 10. Casting a spell puts them to 4. That 3 damage looks enticing. Also, if they cast another thing, another creature, they could get them for 1 more, and then, you know. Oh, hey, we have Brash Taunter, which means we can theoretically get Brash Taunter, get Piru, sacrifice Piru with the Phyrexian Altar, and then dome someone for 7, which is cool. Yeah, gonna put the Bloodthirsty Blade on the Ruric Thar because, yeah, absolutely. I am worried that we're probably just gonna have to use like a not that exciting Teferi's Protection, basically just a fog, because going to 20 is a little scary. Ramirez de Petro, nice. Bantu's Monument, yep. They did indeed flip the land over. They've got treasures for it. I see a lot of creatures over there that I would love to blow up with a Piru. Here comes, oh, that's a Beckett Brass. That is a Beckett Brass. How many pirates do they have? Not a pirate. That's a pirate. Pirate. That's a shark. All this stuff is summoning sick, though. It's also past their combat step. Next turn, though, kind of scary. I want to cast this other stuff, and if we have to recast our commander again, like, that's going to eat up most of our mana. But we probably also have to recast our commander again, because our life is going to get low. We're probably going to get attacked right here. D-Manny saying removal checkpoint. Okie dokie. Glinthorn Buccaneer. Okay. Sure, I'm not going to like whatever's following this. I wonder what Hacker's been sitting on. He's got to have something. Timeless Witness. Ew. What's in his graveyard? Everything? Everything. Get back a Finale? What are we getting back? Please don't be the Great Aurora. Gonna get a Keen Sense. Oh, yeah. You put that on Ruric Thar and then you gain. You draw a lot of cards. Yeah, we don't really have anything for that other than recasting our commander. Our commander does not kill Ruric Thar. It is legendary. Keep forgetting that. I probably announced that wrong a few times already, but yeah. I don't know why. It's really weird for me to remember that it's non-legendaries. Maybe I just need to play it more. Yeah, there's the Keen Sense. Gonna do 6 to themselves. Can appreciate that. Hacker's doing something. He floated a mana. Strange. Ooh, Keen Sense on the Glinthorn Buccaneer. Okay. Also seems good. What does Hacker have? Snuff Out. Oh, that's a costly Snuff Out. If you don't remove the Glinthorn this turn, the table is dead. Does he go above? Oh, he goes above. Yeah, I see. Because I think if he goes up to 8 cards, then he discards, and then it hits, and then he draws a card, and then it just goes into an endless loop. What's interesting is if we Teferi's Protect, no, he would stop doing damage to us, so he would stop drawing. Okay. So it would kill everyone else, but we'd be fine. But then we'd have to, like, deal with it again very soon. Maybe Hacker was the hero this whole time, because that would have been not great. We don't have... I guess Piru is our only board wipe, but... Still got that combat step. He can turn the Mirage Mirror into something and block. Yeah, he's going to do that. He's going to turn it into the big one. Makes sense. You know, I still just don't feel like we have the mana that we want for this turn coming up, even after the Smothering Tithe. Oh, man. Mana production. A Mana Geyser off the top would be pretty sweet. That way we could get Piru into play. I mean, it's a lot of life loss, too, though. But we could easily cast everything with a Mana Geyser and then just figure out how to get the life back. Right now, we're still going to have to, like, skirt around stuff. Oh, that's surprising. Just the Ruric Thar our way, because it has to attack. And this will put us to, like, 18? It's not the best. It's probably, like, Piru Phyrexian Altar, I think, is the play. Then, if we can get Athreos in, that won't cost us any life. And then sit on Teferi's Protection. I don't think it's worth a card draw right here. Our life is bleeding, and I want to keep all these treasures. If we had a black land up, yeah, if we could use these 2 lands to do it, I would probably draw, but I think the treasure mana is important to us right now. Undying Evil is fantastically helpful, actually. Play the Swamp. Easy place to start. Get the Phyrexian Altar. Ruric Thar is going to get us. Yep. Cast our commander. Oh, we can haste our commander. That's a thing. That is a thing. Opponent could... they could do the Mirage Mirror thing. It's not ideal. That has reach and is bigger than our commander. That's not the best. That's also giant. He's got a flyer over there, I think. It might be tapped, though. Yeah, it's all not great. It's all not great. I still think we cast it, though. Oh my god, that's so much mana. What are we on? 12? We're up to 12? Oh, yeah. Still got 6 to go? Jesus. Like, I hope we have enough for this Teferi's protection. We have exactly enough for Teferi's protection. Okay. Looks like we're not doing the haste thing. We're just going to sit here with this Piru, try to gain a lot of life. That's all we're going to do. If opponent draws at any point, we have enough to go Undying Evil and Teferi's protection. Okay, that's the turn. Oh my god, the mana. What does that put us up to? 18 plus 12, 30? 30 mana spent on our commander this game. In an average game, I have this math on a spreadsheet somewhere. I'll bring it up. Opponent's going to copy the Endless Atlas. I'm totally cool with that. Okay, I got my spreadsheet up. In a game where you make only your land drop per turn, but you make every land drop up to turn 9, that means that your total mana production will have been 45. Land drop plus a Thran Dynamo on turn 4 will get you 63 mana on turn 9, assuming no other ramp. We've ramped a bit beyond that, so I would say that our total mana production is probably between like 90 and 100 based on how we've ramped and the fact that we're on turn 10, which means we spent a third of our mana casting our commander. So as much as I like big splashy commanders, casting them the first time can be fine, recasting them can really be a problem. But the thing is, too, is that with a bigger commander like this, it's going to be more impactful late in the game than if you're recasting a 2 or 3 mana commander for like 9 or 10. Usually those aren't as big of an effect unless you're trying to do a combo. Like, if it's Thrasios and you're just trying to get infinite mana, and then, that's fine. But, yeah, a lot of mana into our commander. Hacker, just chilling. Chilling like a villain. Biding his time. I guess we have to be careful with the Undying Evil, because they could respond to the Undying Evil by copying it. And then, yeah, that would be bad, actually. We still have Reanimate, though. We've been holding on to Reanimate for a very long time. Arguls for the win. We were talking about that the other day with someone. The low-life Arguls Bloodfast. Yeah, there's a chance that maybe I won't mess around with the Undying Evil. I just get this out of play and then reanimate it on our turn. Although, we gotta be careful, because it's going to be 8 plus 6 is 14 life. So we do need to make sure our life total is very high if we're doing that. Because Ruric Thar won't die, and yeah, still going to get us. Plus the combat damage. Oh, these all have fear. D-Man, he can't block. Nice. So he's going to lose some stuff. Potentially. Most likely. And sending a Beckett Brass over to Hacker, which may finish him off. I guess he can still turn something into a... He can turn it into a Piru, is what he can do. Maybe we want to be careful about that, actually. Because if he's not going to respond... Ooh. He's already past declare blockers. So I think he's just going to take it. I think he kind of sees that. I mean, he could copy this, block, and gain 7 life, and it's still a big hole to climb out of. Okay, I guess we don't have to do anything. Like, I know Sean's been playing some Beckett Brass decks for a while, and, like, it's hard to have success with that deck, so if I don't have to blow everything up on him, I don't want to, at least not yet. Want to wait for the opportune moment, at least for us, because, like, right now we're just trying to survive. It's not like we're trying to make the big push on anyone yet. We're just trying to untap with our commander for a turn. This is owned by Hacker, actually, which, ooh, hey, that's a problem. That is indeed a problem. Yeah, he goes down, which means we lose the altar. We get some treasures somehow. But now, yeah, okay, we're on... Oh, yeah, sack out, let gone. Okay, that's not great. That is not great. Maybe I probably should have popped it in response. Oh, Hacker didn't see that he was being attacked, is what happened. I think he thought they were all going at D-Manny. Well, now we gotta find a way to kill our commander. I guess we could just not pay the thing. But then we can't get Brash Taunter in first, and people are in Brash Taunter range. I guess we could reanimate it, and then do it that way. Yeah, that might work. That might work, actually. It's gonna bolt him in the face for 3. Yep. Down to 7. Admiral Beckett Brash trigger, there it is. What are they taking? Gonna take the Beanstalk Giant. It is large. It'll get smaller on their side, actually. Non-land permanent. Oh, I would have took the Nissa. Only a 7/7 on that side. I guess if opponent attacks us, which they have to attack somewhere. Oh, yeah, they have to attack us because of the thing. We can just block and then Undying Evil. And then that'll do what we want it to do. Get all that life. Oh, we got to be careful, though. We're at 12. So if we cast, just by casting it, we go to 6. Ooh, Ruric Thar. Ruric Thar is scary. Here it comes. Oh, God, I hope so. I hope no one has... Well, we can Teferi's Protective as a random burn. No, because random burn spell and we Teferi's Protect, we would lose to the 6 damage. No, Teferi's Protect would... We could protect out before the 6 damage of the Undying Evil. Okay. Okay, I'm on board. Oh, nerve-wracking. Block with Piru. Still, there's a lot of risk involved. He's got something. Puts a +1/+1 counter on it. I'm fine with that. I guess it means Ruric won't die, though. Let's put an Undying Evil on our guy. Oh no, there's definitely going to be a moment where we're exposed here. We're at 6. Come on, get this trigger off. Please get this trigger off. There's the Undying and there's the trigger. Put the Undying on top, I think. No, don't send it to the command zone. Yeah, Undying on top. It's back in play. As an 8/8. That's cool. Here's the damage trigger. Oh, thank God, we're back to 55 life. Feeling good now. Now we've got life and mana to our name. I am feeling good. We had just cleaned out the board a lot. A few things left over here. Not too bad. They are all legendary. Ruric Thar still in play. Still very threatening. But we are in a much better place now. Oracle of Moldiah for opponent. So yeah, now we're in the free and clear. I think we can just go like Brash Taunter, fight this thing, attack someone in the air, and that should do it. Gaining a lot of life is a really powerful thing to do in Commander. Yeah, there's infinites and there's still a lot of things that'll kill you, but like, it is a resource, and a lot of the times you still die by your life total hitting 0 one way or another. You know, if you're at 200 life, the number of things that can kill you basically falls off a cliff. Like, there's so few things that can kill you. And Piru is a card that can get you there really quickly. At the cost of, you need to spend a ton of mana casting and keeping this thing in play. That's what it asks of you. We have established ourselves as the archenemy, which opponents are discussing. Yep, we've earned that. Brings it back to our turn. We will pay for the upkeep. That's a veto. I'm pretty sure that does good things. Get a Brash Taunter. Get a veto. Do some attacking. Send this into Sean. See who's got what. We'll give it double strike. We're actually a little bit short of hasting and fighting the Brash Taunter, but I think it'll be okay. There's the veto trigger. We'll just shoot D-Manny right now since he kind of wants to get going. Down he goes. We gained 8 life. Oh, and Sean's at 6. Perfect. Down he goes. There it is. So a little bit of a longer game, 11 turns, but we are kind of a controlling deck, and if we don't combo, then the game is more apt to go longer just because of that. Also, mono black deck at the table, definitely playing the control role as well. And then Ruric Thar on the opposite side of things, burning everyone's life total, but kind of in a good way too, just because like it keeps the black deck from comboing off, which is a big thing, and 2, it gets the game moving. If everyone's still at like 40 life right there, then this game goes on like another 5 turns and probably another hour. And, you know, I definitely start getting antsy after about 90 minutes. But yeah, this is the deck. This is supposed to be the Gods version. We didn't see so many Gods today. But we've got Mogus, we've got Iroas. I put most of the indestructible ones. Could probably jam a few more in there. It would have been cool to get them online, but just that wasn't how our early game shaped up. I guess you want to get these in early, and then your late game is just devoting all of your mana to Piru. I would probably increase the mana ramp even more in this deck because it's just so expensive to get this thing in play, especially multiple times. Like, bringing it back is the absolute worst. So, yeah, that was the thing. We got to see Tybalt, which is really cool. I've never played it before. It's insanely powerful. Who knew? Exiling 4 cards a turn and being able to cast them was insane. So that was cool. We saw it for a turn, and it got us 4 cards, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, but other than that, we got the combos in the deck. I don't have so many tutors in here because I'm not trying to be fast combo with this, but you could certainly look to do that if you wanted. Kind of make Piru a secondary plan if you wanted, where like your plan is to combo fast, but if that doesn't work, then you just cast Piru and try to get there with damage and control the board that way until you can figure something out. But yeah, it's cool. It's big and clunky, but its effect is also really powerful. Blowing up a lot of creatures and gaining a lot of life are huge effects on the game. And I like this too because this is the type of deck that you can beat this deck, because this deck just needs a lot of mana to operate, and it's really easy to price someone out of their commander. So like, that sort of puts a limit on how strong this deck will be. It's not like Najeela or something like that, where it's 3 mana, then it's 5, then it's 7. At all of those points, Najeela is still insane. having to sink 30 mana into Piru to cast it 3 times just gives you a lot of window of opportunity to skirt around this deck. So as good as it can be and as annoying as it can be, the fact that it's expensive does put some sort of like restricting factor on this deck, which I can appreciate. Reminds me of Commander of old a little bit more when you get to play with something big and splashy like this. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching. Commander Replay t-shirts, available in orange and colors beside orange. Hey guys, help support me and save 15% on singles by using the promo code REPLAY at mothershipatx.com.